episode 79.
Are you ready to take your eBay business to the next level? Then hold on, because Ron and Ali are going to take you into the fast lane with the latest tips and insights from some of the biggest and most successful sellers here on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast.
Welcome once again to another episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ron LeBeau.
And I'm Ali Young.
Hello, everyone. We have with us today Barbara, Sistak, Baur, and Tom Baur. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
We're doing great.
Awesome. So Tom Baur and Barbara Sistak operate the online store License Plate Garage. On eBay, Tom is known as the License Plate Guy, and Barb has a store called the License Plate Gal. They're a husband-wife team that have brought together each of their individual strengths to support each other, and the business is perfect for them because of each fuel their passions. Tom for collecting and Barb for creating. When they met in 1999, Tom had a huge collection of license plates and an authority on old plates. Barb was an artist and creative entrepreneur with long technology experience. They recognized the opportunity before them, and that is when they started their online business of vintage items.
Wow, that's fantastic. I'm going to ask the question everybody's thinking, okay? Are you out there at night stealing people's number plates, their license plates?
No.
You're out in the streets. Quick, where's the screwdriver, Barbara? So, all right, where do you get this stuff from? Is there like a local shop that sells this? I mean, how are you sort of sourcing this product?
We're the local shop.
Yeah.
Everyone comes to you. Hey, we got a number plate. Do you want it? No. So how do you go about all this? This is brilliant.
Well, I started collecting license plates in 1953.
Whoa.
And
He's an old guy.
yeah, anyhow. And when Barbara and I met, I told her that I sold license plates at flea markets, and she laughed, gave me the horse laugh.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
Then she went with me to one of the shows and realized that I was telling the truth.
And making a decent living at it, I'm sure, yeah?
Yeah.
So is there this thing that the older the number plate, the more valuable it is, or is it based off an area? I mean,
Okay, let's stop right there, Ali. We're not in England.
Okay.
They're not number plates. They are license plates.
well,
okay?
we're gonna have to do some training here.
Yeah.
How does this
But
work?
There are several things that make a plate valuable. Number one is the age. Number two is what country or what state it's from, and how low the number is. If it's the lower the number, the more they're worth. And, of course, condition always plays in it, too.
Wow, man, I tell you what, I'm on your eBay store. It's called the Dash License Plate Dash Gal is the one I'm on. Is there? You have another store, right?
Right. We have the license plate guy also.
Wow. I am very impressed. There's a lot of things, if you're out there listening and you want to see some interesting things about license plates, go to the License Plate Gal or the License Plate Guy eBay stores. There's some pretty interesting things about the license plates here. It's pretty cool.
Are they all legal, or would they have all been used at some point, would they?
Yes, I'm very cautious about that. In fact, when you do a flea market or a car show, a lot of times the police will come around and look at what you're selling. And you have to be careful with the Homeland Security now of selling any government plates, any police plates, anything that has to do that somebody could use in a bad way.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never even thought about that. Yeah, I guess the bad guys are always looking for an out, right? So
Yep.
if I throw a police license plate on my car, I can pretty much do anything. Yeah.
Well, eBay itself has a rule about license plates have to be at least 3 years old or older for you to sell them on eBay.
Well, Tom, I would imagine you've been selling license plates longer than I've been around, man, and I would imagine you probably really are an authority around the nation, yeah?
Yeah, I'm probably one of the top 10 authorities in the U.S., but not in the world. There's a lot of guys that handle world plates, and I'm not that good at world plates.
And do you know most of them or some of them?
Oh, I know all the authorities to call. We have an international license plate collectors club. It goes all over the world, and we have a week-long convention every year somewhere in the United States. And they come from Australia, Germany, everywhere. and you get to know them, and you can call them for advice if you find something.
Wow. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I have to ask you, do you guys have vanity plates on your personal vehicles?
Well,
Kinda.
In Illinois, the big thing is the lowest number you can get, and you have to pay a vanity fee to have a low number. But even then, you can't just call up and order them.
Okay.
So the number one is the most sought after. Then any numbers with 2 numbers, then 3 numbers, 4 numbers are the sought after.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a neighbor here in Missouri. He's got 0018, and I often wonder, does that mean anything, or do the zeros kind of negate the low number?
Well, it's not a true 18, but it's a nice number.
Yeah.
I have a good friend of mine in Illinois that has 04, and
Wow.
that's almost as good as number 4.
Wow, yeah. So do you, and I'm just curious, do you get, go to like junkyards and things like that to get some of these?
I have. I don't anymore, unless I have an in there, and then I can, go around. But I find them at garage sales, estate sales. When other collectors pass away or decide they're not going to collect anymore, they'll call and I'll buy their whole collection. And I bought a collection a couple of years ago, and it took me 8 truckloads to get it home.
Jeez, 8 truckloads of number plates, of license plates, yeah?
Right.
Jeez, unbelievable. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. So what's the oldest one you've got then? What's the one that's in that secret cupboard of yours?
Well, oldest one I have is 1907 Illinois. It's number 567. And it was the 567th plate issued in the state of Illinois.
Wow.
And
holy cow, man. That's very impressive.
Yeah. I also have a number 1 plate from 1923 that it's the oldest number 1 known to exist from Illinois.
That's pretty incredible.
I bet you have some fun. I would, it's in Thailand, number plates, license plates are based off lottery numbers. So when you buy yourself a car, you take the license plate number and then you go out and buy a lottery ticket. It's considered, you don't do stuff like that, no?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. It took me years in the getting the political world to get a 3-number plate. And I finally got one, number 831. And I went out and played the lottery, but it won in Indiana, not in Illinois.
Oh, nice.
Wrong county.
Yep. That's pretty cool. You got a lot of cool things. I'm sorry. I'm scrolling through your, I'm still on the license plate gal, and I haven't gotten through the end of that. That's incredible by itself. I can't wait to get to the guy, eBay store. But I'm seeing like a 1979 mom and dad personal plates, 120 and 128. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, those were 2 of them that we picked up, and we're offering them together because they do have the mom and dad set to them, so they would be very cool.
Yeah.
So do you work as a team then? Do like one of you take the pictures, the other one goes out sourcing? Or how do you have it all set up?
I do most of the finding, and she does most of the selling.
I handle the computers, the technology, the photography, just pretty much everything else besides going out and getting them, although I do that as well.
Yeah. And you know what, Barbara, I was going to say, like I said, I'm still on license plate gal, but it looks to me like you've got the photography down pat because, I would imagine license plates are kind of hard, somewhat difficult to take photos of because of, you get the background, but you do a good job of putting, I guess, just a white background on them and they stand out very nicely.
Thank you. And I think the most difficult part with that is with the more modern plates, they have a reflective paint. And sometimes under the wrong lights, you're going to see that reflection. Then it destroys the photograph. So I take most everything in natural light so that I don't have that reflection.
You have like a little booth or something, do you?
I have a big picture window, and I put a table right next to it with a big white background on it. It's all flat. I put the license plates right on them and then take the picture with my iPhone in available natural light.
And once again, Ali, we're hearing that she didn't mention she's got a Nikon 6854283. She's doing this with an iPhone.
That's right. I'm doing it with an iPhone.
That's pretty cool.
That's so common these days. There's so many people we get on this show who actually that's how they're taking the pictures, and that's all you need to do, and they come out really fantastic. So you do that, and then you create the listing. I mean, do you list everything in one day, or just spread it out throughout a week?
It's always good to list things throughout the week so you have fresh things in the store every day. Mm-hmm. So I might do a batch and then schedule them out for the week. So I might do a lot in one day.
Wow, man, I tell you what, this is, I honestly didn't know there were that many old plates, and you got truckloads of these things. It's just incredible.
8 trucks.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
that was just one order. Full of license plates.
Do you have any idea how many plates that is?
Well, most of those are gone, actually. We probably have between 50 and 60,000 plates in inventory.
I was thinking that's about how many I have laying around the house, too.
Yeah. So where do you store them, or do you have like a factory, or how do you have like a room in your house where let's just chuck them all in there?
We bought the house across the street.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. This story gets better and better, Ali.
That's where the office is. And so, I just get up in the morning, strap the laptop on my back, and then trot across the street.
In the snow.
Through the snow.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can use license plates as those snowshoes,
That would be slippery.
Yeah.
But do you have stuff skewed? Do you have stuff organized? So if something sells, you know exactly where it is?
Yeah, we do. We have a store set up. It's all by year and by state. So if somebody buys a 1951 Michigan, we can go right to it and find it and pull it out and then ship it, immediately. So that's not a problem. Mm-hmm. And we have a whole lot of other things that are all sorted by state and by year, by category, sometimes by a type of plate. We have, 20,000 special event plates. So we have those separate. So we have the different areas in the house where the types of plates are. So we can pretty much go to them and find whatever we need.
So have you been selling since 2002 on eBay? Is that about right? Yeah,
that's when we started as 2002. We kind of started buying a little bit first, and then we started playing with the selling bit because we knew that the license plates were selling at the car shows, but the collectors were starting to buy and sell online. So we thought we would try that too, because Tom would also buy online. So we thought we would go ahead and give it a go.
All right. So be honest here. When you first started selling on eBay, did you think it would be as big or as popular as it is now, or did you have did you believe it would? I
honestly didn't think so, because working the car shows and the flea markets all these years, it was mostly older guys my age that didn't know which end of a computer was up.
Yeah.
And including. And
they still don't.
Yeah. And they're starting to die off. And there's a whole younger generation that buys on eBay. And they're not coming to the car shows and the flea markets anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, you've got a new generation coming up of customers, really.
They are, and you can tell by what's selling. 10 years ago, the 40s and 50s were big, and now it's the 60s and 70s and 80s are very popular.
Yeah, so you guys can kind of watch that trend, right? I mean, you can kind of see what years are selling, and I don't know if you track that or not, or keep track of that, but that'd be kind of an interesting stat to keep up with.
Well, years ago, the collectors wanted to do what they called a birth year run for the year you were born, and like 1919, 1920, and so on. Well, those guys are all dying off, and nobody's trying to do a birth year run that old anymore. So now they're up in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. And they're still fresh and clean. There's no rust on them. It's just, that's awesome, though. I mean, I was born in 62, but I'm sitting here thinking I had a 1978 Z28 Camaro, then I think I would probably get a 1978 plate and maybe a 62 also.
That's what people buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I tell you what, and I don't know if this is just a guy thing or not, But I remember my first car, and I was listening to a radio show on the way home today, and the guy was saying that he would pay $20,000 for if he could find his Dodge Dart that he drove when he was 16, not one like it, but his, because, I don't know, maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know, but I'd pay money for my car, my old car too. And the license plate. I've heard
other people say that too.
Yeah.
That music, it kind of takes you right back where you were. I don't know.
Yep, it does.
So you're how do you figure all this price stuff out? I see you got discounts, you got all sorts of stuff happening here. Is it sort of, I suppose it's years of experience, is it?
Yeah.
It is a lot of experience, and it's a lot of research and a lot of trial and error. And, believe it or not, there are competitors out there. So it's looking at that. So it's just bringing together all of your knowledge and seeing what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm sure your competitors call you and ask you questions, right?
Actually, they do, because most of them are in our license plate club.
Oh, there you go. See what you started, Tom?
We're all friendly competitors.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice, though, man. That kind of makes it nice, yeah?
Yeah, you can call somebody if you need help, if you can't identify or something, or look, if you just don't know, if your specialty is another state, you can call somebody and get the answer.
Yeah, that's a nice way of doing it. It's not so like, well, we're doing it, you're doing it, keep away from me, don't come near me. You work as a team.
Ron and Ali will be right back after this short break.
Do you want to set yourself apart from other eBay sellers? Want to look like one of the big brands? How would you like to feel confident that you could do it yourself, but know that the support is there if you get stuck? Now you can create your branded eBay store and have your store doing more. With Auction Pro Template's premium do-it-yourself eBay template. This template is loaded with tools and features you won't find in any other system. Go to yourstoredoingmore.com now to see what's included. That's yourstoredoingmore.com.
Be sure to check out SoYouWannaSellOnEBay.com for the latest podcasts and all the information you need to get selling fast.
So is there do you do recorded shipping, or you do anything in particular to make sure they get this, or you just stick it in the good old fashioned, what country? American mail?
Okay, what's recorded shipping?
All right, I don't know. Ron, translate for me, please.
I think what the man is trying to say, do you track the shipping?
There you go.
We use eBay shipping labels, almost 100%, because the tracking is all built in. It's all automatic. So everything is tracked. Anything that we sell out of eBay, we automatically know where it is whenever we need to know.
And I see you got 100% feedback. We often talk about that, because that is very, very key. And I'm sure you guys work pretty hard to make sure that you maintain that, right?
We do. I know as a buyer on eBay myself, I look at sellers' feedback. So I think that's really important that we maintain that. And our policy is the customer is always right. Even when they're wrong, they're right. And we just make sure that we make everything as right as we can. If mistakes happen, we're happy to refund or let people keep the plate if it's the wrong one. We'll do whatever it takes. If they want a replacement plate or another one to go along with their collection, we'll do whatever it takes to make them happy.
And if you're out there listening and you're thinking about starting an eBay business, or maybe you have one and you're struggling, or maybe your feedback isn't where it needs to be, that's good advice. I mean, because really, feedback is key to your success as a successful seller on eBay. And we hear people all the time saying just that, Barbara, that they would do anything pretty much to maintain that 100%.
Well, most of the items on eBay are in our store, they're $10, $20, $30, $40, whatever it is. At the end of the day, that amount of money is not going to make or break me. So if that's going to keep my customer happy, they can keep the $20.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So
I mean, they're amazingly cheap anyway. I just assumed that if it was really old, it would have been worth more money, but it seemed to be quite cheap anyway, this sort of stuff.
It depends on the plate.
Yep. Maybe I'm just looking at I'm looking at a truck one here for $20. It's like, damn, and it's like it's 19 1925. I didn't even think they had vehicles. I thought you Americans were still riding horses during that period of time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next,
man.
in 1925, Illinois' registration of automobiles went over 1 million for the first time.
Wow, really? Wow. It's like Al Capone days, is it?
Yeah.
It's one of the most populous states, so there's a lot of license plates in Illinois.
Yeah, and I see that you have a lot of them. I mean, is that because you live in Illinois, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess that kind of plays a part in it, right? I mean, it just
it sure does, because it's easier to find them where you are.
Yeah, they're all over. I mean, people are missing them everywhere.
It's like wanted. 2 suspects stealing number plates, license plates. Right. So what's the weirdest thing you've sold then? Come on, tell us.
The weirdest thing I've sold?
Yeah, the weirdest license plate. Let's go with that.
That's a good question.
Yes, finally, Ron, we've got one.
Yeah. You can think about it and get back to us.
Let us know next week. But they're all pretty much the same sort of thing, are they? I mean, they all look very similar in some sense. Like if Illinois, would it have all been yellow, for example? Another state would have all been red in a certain period. Does that help you sort of narrow it down?
Illinois, after the Second World War, started painting their plates for different colleges and universities in Illinois. That's how they determined what color combination they'd be.
So each year was a different color every year.
Yeah.
About like the 50s and the 60s.
What about the bicentennial, 1976? I remember that was we were all red, white, and blue, everything, right? I mean, do you have a lot of, or maybe at one point, maybe you did have a lot of 1976 bicentennial plates?
We do have a lot of 1976 bicentennial plates, and Illinois has a really nice design. It looks like a flag. It's a real nice looking plate, and there are people that collect 1976 runs. So getting a 76 plate from every state, it would be important to those people. And some of those designs are really nice.
Yeah. I remember we had, I remember correctly, we had the 76 with a couple ripples on each side, like
right.
Flag. Yeah, and that was kind of a big deal.
Right.
The whole thing was a big deal. But,
right. The other thing people do is they like to collect 1966 plates from the states that Route 66 went through.
Oh, okay.
And I was thinking you're in Missouri, right? That's why I thought of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, Tom, you seem to be a little bit of a historian with these as well. I mean, I guess you can't collect plates from 1953 and not learn something about them or the states. Yeah.
I give talks to car clubs, civic groups, all types of things about the history of Illinois license plates. In fact, I'm doing one tomorrow for a Rotary Club in Elgin.
Okay. Like I said earlier, offline, man, before we started the show, you've got a voice for radio, man. You ought to, maybe start your own podcast show. I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as you don't compete with us, we're happy.
Yeah, that's it. So do you wash these? We had a question from a guy called Sam not long ago, actually, and he was asking with antique, vintage, that sort of stuff, do you clean it or do you just sell it raw as?
We have a process for cleaning it. There's a lot of the old plates, if you wash them with soap and water, you'll take the paint off.
Right.
Ooh, that's not good.
No.
So we don't use soap and water. We have other materials we use to clean them.
Just get the blood off the plate and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The dead bugs.
The dead bugs.
Yeah.
Like some weird animal feast. So, okay, so you wouldn't invest like in a vintage thing. You'd rather, I suppose the selling point is keeping it more natural looking and more sort of, the older it looks, somewhat the better it is it?
Yeah. Everybody wants the original stuff, but sometimes they're so bad and so rusty that they have to be restored.
But other times people love the rusty patina, they call it. They like it for like a decor or some projects or just for their rat rod cars.
Mm-hmm. And that's the great thing about eBay, isn't it? You can come in, you have the client who wants it like that, and you have the client who wants it the other way. I mean, it's just a fantastic way of doing this, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that everybody has their own needs. Some people like them restored, some people like them natural, some people like them rusty.
Perfect for you.
if I'm going to buy a plate from 1925, I don't think I want it brand new because, it doesn't have that same feel, right? Like it almost looks like it's fake, whether it's real or not.
Yeah, I recently had a guy that had a 1925 Rolls Royce, and it was a Survivor, what they call it, was all original, and he wanted a pair of plates that looked as good as his car.
Oh.
And I found a pair that were still in the original envelope. They were used, but not abused. And
okay,
he just loved them.
Wow, that's very cool.
On his Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
So is there a lot of fakes? I mean, is there some bloke out in Illinois knocking out like old number plates or license plates?
No.
No, I mean, there is no fakes. They're either real or not, yeah?
Well, there's some people that make fakes. There's a lot of old porcelain ones that have been made as fakes. And you got to be real careful. A lot of them are made out of different material. For example, early Wisconsins are non-magnetic. They're made out of zinc. And if you find an 11 or 12 or a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Wisconsin and it's magnetic, it's fake.
Right. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. And, I'm just sitting here thinking, I've been in a lot of restaurants that have old license plates. It's kind of their motif, I guess, and I guess you might be a supplier to a lot of them.
Here they are, Ron.
I've done a half a dozen restaurants.
I'm sure, man.
And also to designers that are interior designers that are having some project. We had one customer buy a whole lot of Wyoming plates because they were going to line the wall behind their bar with Wyoming plates.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean,
any movies?
Yeah, we have had movie studios buy plates. Though we don't know what they did with them because they don't tell us, but we can tell by who they are by the name on the envelope.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Just have to watch movies.
Yeah, we'll watch movies and start looking for plates.
We did have an independent movie maker here locally that came to our site here to pick up an authentic Chicago license plate for his independent movie.
Huh. Okay. I'm looking through, and I am finding a lot of Missouri plates, and I'm telling you, I'm going back in my childhood with some of these. I mean, seriously, I'm having flashbacks of good times and not so good times. No.
That's a different podcast show, I think, Ron. This is still for eBay.
No, that's awesome, though, man. It's incredible how, 1950, what, 3, Tom, you said?
3, yeah, 53.
Yeah, 53.
That's amazing, sir.
What got me started was in 1953, Wheaties was offering a small bicycle plate, basically is what it was about the size.
Okay.
And they had all 50 states plus some foreign countries. And boy, I ate a lot of Wheaties that year.
Right. And then kind of grew into this. See, it's all Wheaties' fault, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's...
Well, actually, both my grandfathers saved all of theirs, too. And so did my father. So,
oh, that is so cool, man. So do you have any of theirs still?
Yeah.
I wouldn't give them up either.
Oh,
man.
no, I've got a special box that I keep all my family plates in.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to bring one more up here. This is a South Dakota plate. It's 0-00000 from 1975 South Dakota. That's a sample.
That would be a sample
plate.
plate, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think that, because now it looks like it's an official plate, right? But it's a sample. Is that correct?
Yeah. What they did years ago, they used to change plates every year.
Yep.
So they would put one of those in the currency exchange and the police stations to show people what the new plates were going to look like.
Yeah, we used to get the word sample written across ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the 0-0-0-0-0-0. It looks more it could be. If that's hanging in my garage, people might ask me about that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to ask me so much about sample.
No.
Do you have 007? Do you have that one? Oh, that's the one I've always been looking. I've always wanted to be like a James Bond. Here he comes. Nice.
Actually, there is a 007 number issued in Illinois.
Oh wow!
Cool,
if I had it, I'd put it on auction.
There you go.
I'll buy it. I'll be the guy that buys it. All right. Probably get arrested in Thailand for fake plates, but hey, what? That was James Bond for a day.
You're going to drag Tom and Barbara into this.
That's it. I don't know. Either my supplier, the secret stash I buy it from is America. You know, that Barbara and Tom people.
Try that one. See what happens.
So have you found eBay for people like yourselves who, like you say, you know, the computer stuff and gone through all that hurdle? Do you find it quite easy to list, quite easy to use and sell and understand?
I think I think you really have to delve into it if you're going to do this, really seriously. You have to pay a lot of attention to what all the eBay rules are, and I think you have to really think about it. And I think processes are really important because you have so many things up there. As you know, we've got a couple thousand items there. You have to be efficient, so you have to think about how you're going to do it.
I bet, and then get organized and do the research and get it. So, do you see yourselves doing this for the rest of your existence? Are you going to make this bigger? Are you going to buy another house so you can walk to 2 houses?
I think we're going to do it for a few more years. I don't know how long we're going to do it.
You'll be doing it forever, aren't you? I mean, it's in the blood, isn't it, Tom? I mean,
absolutely.
Been doing it so long, and you just wake up one day, right? That's that done. What should I do now? Let's go and plant.
I can only imagine driving down the road with you guys. I mean, seriously, you're probably looking at everybody's license plates, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I know I do that. My family thinks I'm weird that when I see an oncoming car, if I recognize the model of the car, I'll look at the license plate to see if it's somebody I'm related to because I got this weird. I can almost tell you everybody's license.
That's crazy. I mean, don't you ever get shot at? Oi, what are you looking at? You know, it's like,
oh no, not here, Ali. We don't have crime and violence in this.
This podcast was produced in part by Pro Voice Works.
I think one of my favorite stories about license plates is my father was in the Second World War, and they failed to have me baptized when I was a young child. And when I was 30, the Episcopal priest asked me how come I never take communion. And I said, well, I've never been baptized. And he said, well, we've got to change that. Well, his best friend was the Episcopal Bishop of Chicago, who had his license plate number 46 that comes to the top. And he used to come out on Wednesday night. We'd sit around and have a beer or two, and we'd study religion. And I got to know him very well. Anyhow, the day came for me to get baptized and confirmed, and the bishop showed up unexpectedly. And after the service, he gave me the front plate off of his car.
Oh, wow.
I still have it hanging in my garage wall.
I was going to say, you haven't given that one up either, have you?
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, man, to do some of that. This is really cool, man. It's really been a great episode, man. Really appreciate you guys joining us here.
Well, we like it, too.
No, it's great because what you've done is you've opened the door up to another niche, another something that's not like just clothing or something like that. It's something that you love, which we can tell just by the way you both talk, you know, and it's something so different and it works. And that is the one of the reasons myself and Ron do this podcast show is because you can sell anything you want. And if you spend the time like you have yourselves, you can make it work. So it's been fantastic to have you on the show and pass that message along. And I'm going to find that 007 plate. You'll have an order very soon within the next couple of minutes. But yeah, like Ron said, thanks so much for joining us. We really enjoyed it. Before you go, though, is there anything that any way people can contact you? What's the best way that people can get hold of you?
Just get a hold of the license plate garage and call us. We've got our phone numbers, and they can call or write us or email us or go to our websites, whatever.
You can email manager@licenseplategarage.com.
Brilliant. And we'll make sure we put that on the show notes page, which will be at www.soyouwannaselloneebay.com/show notes. So just go over there, check out Barbara and Tom, amazing plate store, license plate. I've learned a new word for the day. And thanks very much for joining us. We really had some fun from everyone here at So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ali Young.
That's all for this episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. Be sure to check out our next episode or any past episodes by going online to soyouwanttoselloneBay.com. Also, be sure to follow us on your favorite social media sites, Facebook.com/So You Want to Sell on eBay, and Twitter @Your eBay Podcast. Thanks for listening, and until next time, happy selling.
Have an idea for a topic or know someone who would like to be on the show? Let us know. Just go to www.soyouwanttoselloneBay.com/interview. We look forward to hearing from you.